Hello guys, my name is Cheshire Gengar and welcome to the channel. This is going to be the debut video for this channel, and I chose May the 4th to do it because of this amazing playmat with Luke in the middle and the Jesus of the Last Supper. Love this playmat. So many fun things to look at. But yeah, this channel is mostly going to be taking budget decks and throwing some spice in there to make them a little more competitive, do well at your locals. And the one I'm going to kickstart it with is the one that I got 6th place with at a case tournament for Ghost from the Past. Went X2. It was pretty good out of a 40-man tournament. Played a lot of good matchups, I think. Let's see. Main matchups I went against were Dragoon Turbo in round 1. I 2-1'd him. I went against Dragon Link and I misplayed a little bit, so I lost that one. Then I went against Shadal Eldritch and 2-0'd them. Went against a hero player. I beat him 2-1. And I beat Dinos, which is usually one of your harder matchups, and beat them 2-0. And then Shadal Trap Eldritch I actually lost to 1-2. And yeah, those the trap parts were a little too annoying and did not see my sides, but you know, it happens. Yeah, I'll get into the deck profile, and if you like the video, comment, subscribe, comment down your favorite budget deck, and I will try to revamp it and throw some spice in there to make it a little more competitive for you, make it easier to work with. See if you can go get some tops at locals like I did. We'll start off with the hand traps. It's just 2 Drolls, 2 Ash Blossom, and 2 Radiant. Droll is Droll, it stops them from searching after the first one. Ash is just good against pretty much every deck, and Radiant just in case you go second, just because sometimes you got to get rid of those annoying threats. No, not cover up George Lucas's face over there. Let's see, the starters, you want to run 3 of the Gust the Backblast and 3 of the Simoon the Poison Wind. Gust, if you control no cards, you can special summon him, and that just gives you a name on board in order to special summon all your other Blackwings without using your normal summon, which is usually the choke point of this deck. But Simoon, being Simoon, he says that you can banish a Blackwing from your hand, place Whirlwind directly from deck to field, so it doesn't activate the Whirlwind, so you can bypass certain things that would stop you, and then normal summon him, and that's as your a card effect instead of your normal per turn, so it allowed you to go ahead and do your actual normal for turn, which is usually, not always, going to be your Oster. Oster, the South Wind, is when you normal summon it, you can grab one of your banished level 4 lower Blackwings and special summon it, which is probably the one you banished off of Simoon. And then, of course, you trigger the Whirlwind that Simoon got. So, really, Simoon becomes a +2 or 3 because they're able to keep the one that you banished, so it's not negging there. And you're also getting the Oster off of that search, and then the search off the Oster summon, and it starts snowballing into something your opponent can't stop. Blizzard as the other normal summon. Sometimes you open Simoon and Oster, so you don't really want to search another Oster. So you open Simoon, Oster, Blizzard, you're pretty much set, and then you grab the Blizzard off of Simoon summon, and you summon the Oster, get the Harmattan, go into a Nathung, summon the Blizzard, get the Harmattan back from the graveyard, use Harmattan's effect to target the Oster, becomes a 6, and you can do all kinds of shenanigans with that doing the north-south combo. So those 3 are pretty good for your main normal summons. Your other monster that gets normal summoned is usually Zephyros. Zephyros, just because he's one of the few that can't special summon themselves, but he's very good to have in the combo pieces as well as bringing himself back from the grave. The special summons, we have 2 Chris because he can only be special summoned by his own effect once per turn, but he's still a 1900, so nice to special summon sometimes. But mostly because we want to just focus on getting some level 4s out for part of the combo, because you need at least 1 level 4 in your hand. So we've got 2 Osters, the Zephyros, and then these 5, and that usually helps out pretty well. Harmattan, just because running 2 of those, just because you want to see it sometimes. You don't mind opening it, because if you banish it off the moon, then Oster gets it back and you're set. But also because it's just a good extender to special summon itself. But again, like Chris, it can only be summoned by its own card effect once per turn, so we're only going to run 2 and not 3. Gale doesn't have the restriction. He's just not as viable as he used to be. If he was a level 4, I'd run him at 3 because free level 4s, but since we're a little more Exceeds focused on this instead of Synchro focused, we dropped it down to 1 because it's still necessary as an extender and to out the window by using it as your 1 special summon, cutting window in half, and Gale can run over window because window will be 1150, I think. No, 1050. Yeah, because it's what, 2200, I think. So it'll be a 1050 cutting it in half with Gale. And then the last one, a Roshi, just because extenders. For the non-Blackwing monsters, we have a Strangulanius, because if you control a dark monster, you can just special summon it, and then you're locked into darks for the turn. But most of the deck is dark, or at least the ones you want to be summoning are dark. Not like your hand traps. So that's fine. But if you have a Dark Exceeds that has a Dark Exceeds as material, you get to special summon a level 4 or lower Raid Raptor monster from your graveyard, which can be the Raider's Wing. The Raider's Wing says that it is always treated as a Phantom Knight and a Raid Raptor card. So while it's engraved, Strangulanius can bring it back. Rusty Bardish can send this because it is a PK. And then if you happen to open your Silent Boots, your combo is going to summon this anyway, so this unclogs your hand by him counting as a Raid Raptor, so Boots can just summon himself, and there you go. Last thing you want is to have 2 more monsters that are Barrier Statue, and we'll treat this as a monster because that's really all you use it for, a level 4 extender. You set Shade, it's the only trap you play. You set Shade, summon Shade, go into an Xyz. That's usually how it goes. For spells, the way this worked was 3 whirlwinds, Black Whirlwind or Remolino Oscuro, like these 2 Spanish ones say. It's just so good because it's not once per turn, and you can get multiple normal summons in this deck, so you can search as much as you want to. As long as they don't have the draw, you're pretty much set. But sometimes even the draw doesn't matter if you have multiple whirlwinds, because they can't resolve the draw until after you've already searched what you need. After that first search, everything else is pretty much extra. Allure of Darkness at 2 because I keep alluring into another allure. You might not have that problem and you can run 3. Sometimes I run 3, but for right now I'm running 2. And then we have the rank up magics. The Magic Force is the newer one. It's the quick play one. Well, both of them are quick play. But you banish monsters or dark monsters from your graveyard to target a Dark Exceeds monster you control, and you rank it up into a Phantom Knight, Raid Raptor, or Exceeds monster that is however many ranks higher as the number of monsters you banish. So you target 4 Strix, banish 3 darks from the grave, turn 4 Strix into a Air Raid or Arsenal Falcon. Yep, Arsenal Falcon's the one we go into. And then the last 3 spell cards for the deck are Prohibitions, because it's like a preemptive call by the grave, and it basically just makes you feel a little more safe. If you go second and know your opponent's sitting there with 2 cards in hand that are probably hand traps, you can play it, call Ash Blossom. Even if you go first, play it, call Ash Blossom, call Nibiru. Whatever card you pick, Prohibition basically just doesn't let your opponent play that card. and this is continuous, so as long as it's on the field. And I was looking for a continuous to run because sometimes you don't have the whirlwind, and Zephyros specifically requires you to bounce cards to the hand. You can't go from field to extra deck. He has to bounce it to your hand. So having another continuous spell like whirlwind and prohibition, or having your Bora or other cards that can just special summon themselves back out, bounce the Bora, summon Zephyros, summon the Bora, things like that. That usually helps you get around certain things. But Prohibition definitely can help you call Ash Blossom or call Nibiru or whatever other hand trap you're worried about. Or if you're going first and don't think you needed it, you can bounce it with Zephyros after you've done all of your shenanigans, and then play it again and pick a new card. So if I know I'm going against Dragon Link, I can bounce it back to my hand with Zephyros, play it, and call, I don't know, Striker Dragon. Good luck playing without Striker Dragon. Call Seals, whatever. Call Rocket Tracer. Oh, they will cry if you call Rocket Tracer. But let's see. Going into the rest of this, for the extra deck, you really only need 3 synchros. The Big Boss Armor Master will run a level 8. You can swap this out for the Boral Savage or pretty much any level 8, but just because Oster sometimes gets you to a level 8, I want to find space for a level 7, but right now it's a little tight. I might be able to cut it down, but we'll see. Nothing, because that extra normal summon for the north-south combo and burns your opponent for 800. Yes, I've done that to win in time, and yes, it's very hilarious. They get very salty. Your Xyz monsters, are you going to be a Zeus? Just because sometimes you can't kill them, so you just set this up just in case. Ultimate Falcon, you play Ultimate Falcon because you can summon it for free when this Arsenal Falcon dies while having an Xyz monster as material. So if they interrupt you at that certain point, or you link away with this Arsenal Falcon while it has materials, you can summon the Ultimate Falcon and then equip the Arsenal Falcon to it, or put it as material. Next we have the Duo King Don Kaliuga, or Don King Duo Don King Kaliuga. Yeah, mouthful. He's the big boss. He's the main reason this deck shuts your opponent down so well. Basically, as soon as he hits field, as soon as his summon has resolved, everything after that cannot be activated and is negated. So everything your opponent has just is negated for the rest of the turn. It's like being put under calamities, but kind of worse because it affects all cards. The other things we run are the Arc Rebellion in order to just OTK my opponent. I think I won the hero matchup that way just by OTKing their entire board. They summoned a lot of monsters, but bait their negations and then run them over because they had a lot of attack, and I only needed 2 level 4s to have enough for game. Then we have the Redoer for combo, the Raider's Knight to go into the Arc Rebellion even easier, and the Forstrix because combo. For the Xyz, we have 2 rank 3s with the Samorg Bird and the Rusty Bardiche, as well as the Ystrix and the Barren Blossom for unclogging hands. And sometimes you just need to use it, get an extra level 4 out of the hand. Like if you open Zephyros and Oster with no way to banish the Zephyros, you can still do the Oster, do another monster. You go into this, summon the Zephyros, make the Samorg, and then you're pretty much set from there. And when this goes to grave, you get to draw a card and then put a card from your hand back into the deck. So you can get rid of some bricks or some hand traps you don't think you'll need. Like if you're going first, put that Radiant back in the deck. Things like that. Yep, that's pretty much it for the deck. like, comment, subscribe if you would like to see it. I can show you the extra deck, but it's kind of just meta dependently. You got 2 of the Beast King, or the Alpha Master of Beast, because he works real with the Kaiju. You played the Kaiju, played this because now they have more attack. Bounce the Kaiju back to your hand, and this, and then or Kaiju another monster, and then summon him again, and now you can attack over the Radiant because he's 3,000 over 28. You also have the 2 Big Birds. This one if you need negates. This one if you're going against a trap deck. If you summon this against Eldritch off of the some more Link monster, they pretty much scoop because they can't set cards while he's on the field. So yeah, all their traps are pretty much worthless if you go first. 2 Lancias just for additional stoppage, and the rank 4 Tri-Brigade monster, Shirag. It's really easy to make him. He's pretty generic as far as this deck is concerned, since everything is a winged beast, so you don't really have trouble making him, and it's just a free banishment, a Gftp style banishment, so it's non-targeting and just banish the monster. Good removal. 2 Lightning Storms, 3 Dark Ruler no more, triple Cosmic Cyclone just because back row hate. Same thing with Lightning Storm, back row hate. The Dark Ruler no more for getting rid of all your opponent's monsters effects. Just, it's necessary. I bounce back and forth between Lightning Storm and Cyclone because I sometimes play some more Propulsion. Some more Propulsion is a tech card that you can choose to put in here. This is just extra, but you don't have to play it. I'm not playing it that tournament, but it goes in and out of the deck a lot. Basically what it is, you discard a winged beast and return all cards in your opponent's spell and trap zones to the hand. And so it's basically a one-sided giant Trunade. And you can also banish it from your graveyard, reveal 1 winged beast monster in your hand, and if you do, reduce the level of monsters in your hand with that name by 1 for the rest of the turn after they are summoned. So sometimes that can come up depending on what other lineup you're playing. I know when I'm playing a go second version, sometimes I have a monster that I need to reduce the level by, and its level will stay that way even after they're summoned. So it's a little extra level manipulation for your synchro plays. But yeah, that's a lot of different aspects of the deck. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos about different rogue decks. Just leave them in the comment section. I guess whichever one gets the most upvotes after a while of this video being up, I'll make that one the next video I do. I've got Mech Knights planned, a bunch of other things planned, like what was it, I had a Salamangreat deck I wanted to make. S-Force is very fun, as well as generators. So you know, I've got a bunch of things in the works, so you just let me know what else you would like to see and I will try to get it out to you. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, try to get this up to 100 likes and I'll post the combo video. But again, happy May the 4th, and May the 4th be with you.